Okay, and we are rolling, and we are still live here at FPA National in Columbus, Ohio. And as I say, I think probably at every one of these segments, what I love about coming to these conferences is the access to the talent and the thought experts. And we have with us right now Mike Ayers, who's the head of content for Money. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, look, I had to miss your session yesterday, but I heard a lot of great things about it. And you were talking about something that a lot of folks in our audience at goRIA.com want to hear about, which is how do they get in the press? Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame, if not more. What should they be doing? What should they not be doing?
These are great questions. I'll jump right into what they should be doing.
Okay.
I think you really have to think about your audience. Who is going to read, listen, digest what you have to say? Once you have figured that out, then you can kind of create a plan of attack. A lot of folks hire and pay publicists. I don't necessarily think you need one.
Okay.
You need to know you need to know who is engaging and where. So if you're a local paper, like who are the readership? What does the locality care about, and how can you contribute to that or not contribute to it? If you're wanting to write or be quoted in a B2B publication, know their audience, know who they are publishing for, know what you can contribute, and I say cold reach out. I say just blindly reach out to editors, to reporters. Tell them what you're seeing on the ground. A lot of people only go into publications with, you need to publish me. Mm-hmm. I need to be published. How do I do this? Here's my idea. And, we can see that it is very self-serving. If and that is great, like getting exposure is great.
Sure.
Thinking about it from a more altruistic lens is, to me, I think, a lot better. I have cold written people recently and just said, hey, we're publishing this thing. I think your readers might like it. I'm more than happy to give you a look ahead of time. If you don't want to, that's great. Mm-hmm. Just let me know. All good. So it's being proactive about what you can give to the outlet, to the organization, and how you think it would best serve their readers. It shows that you've gone one step further to know, or at least understand, what you think is their audience, which is who they're making stuff for.
That's right. I hear that quite a bit. So you can't just reach out to someone, I don't think anyway, and say, I want to be published, and here's a great article, without knowing what they generally do, right?
Sure.
You don't want to pitch a topic XYZ when all they cover is ABC, right?
Sure.
Do you have any funny stories of that, like pitches that you received and you were like, what is this all about?
I receive pitches almost every day. Some have word attachments to it, and it's like, it's really, you can see that it's most likely a tiny boat in a big ocean, someone just casting a line, mm-hmm. and hoping that someone bites, and maybe they do, but if you're a person that really is wanting to get out there for to help readers, to I guess make a difference, mm-hmm. You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Is there funny stories? I don't know if I have anything that comes to mind, but I will say that the more flexible people can be with their egos, throwing egos out the door, and just wanting to work with somebody to make the best thing possible, it's going to go a lot smoother versus thinking the first thing that you did is great and there shouldn't be any changes and it should just, go up. It's just not how any place works, and it's a lot of places like to collaborate.
Yep.
It's not like a we versus them situation. It's just let's work together and make a great thing.
Yeah.
And make sure that we're all on the same page, that it's great.
Yeah, I think that's great advice.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm going to mention, in no reason in particular, other than it works, and it's worked for me, and it's a service by the FPA. It's called Media Source.
Sure.
You must be familiar with it.
Yeah.
And this is a great tip for the audience as well, I think, and an actionable one you can really use. And everyone likes to get their 50 minutes of fame, which I think is how I started this. And I'm a huge fan of the FPA. We're here at the FPA. I'm a board member of the FPA in Connecticut. And I just think it has a lot of value add to us members. I think one of the biggest ones that I don't think enough people know about is Media Source. So what you're able to do is subscribe to that, and in your inbox, probably once or twice, maybe 3 times a week, you're going to get reporters reaching out to you saying, hey, we want some quotes on this topic or that topic. And it's just a very easy kind of process-oriented way of getting yourself into the news. And that could leverage into writing full articles and so on and so forth. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, that is a great tip. I would echo that, recommend doing it. And, it's very, typically those things are very no pressure.
Right.
You don't pay for them. You don't want to do it. You're having a busy week. You don't do it. The topic is not something that you know anything about. That's cool. But something's going to come along where, the timing will work out. Mm-hmm. And starting to do interviews, starting to talk to reporters, it's just a great way to get yourself out there. You start to become a source, and they will start to lean on you. I have known many reporters in my life that they have really great relationships with sources that they have cultivated over years, and they can email, a lot of times off the record, just like, this thing came out. Do you think it's a good, yay or nay on it? And, they might get like 1 sentence, 2 sentences back, but that's very valuable, and that provides a lot of insight to the world, to people who are looking for credible information about what's going on really quickly.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways to go about it, but I would say definitely if you're not on that and you want to be a little bit more out there, do it.
Yep. It's an easy way to do it. So
Sure.
maybe we'll just leave it on that note.
Sure.
Okay. Mike Ayers from Money, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. And we're almost wrapping it up. We have one more to go, which is going to be, I think, a real fun one. So stay tuned. I'll be back in another hour with our last segment of FPA National here in Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for joining us. And Mike, thanks again.